Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of World Drum Club. I'm Kalana, your host and teacher, and I've brought out a variety of tuned idiophones, tuned instruments that as percussionists we can play. And I know many of you are interested in adding some harmony to whatever you do as a drummer or percussionist. So I've got a few things I'm going to be showing you in this lesson. I was just playing the Happy Drum. It's one of our favorite metallic idiophones. It's a tank drum. Talk more about that in a second. I've got another similar instrument, which is the tongue drum, which I also have done a video, and I've done videos on all these, but this is the Hardwood Music tongue drum. I'll be using the Mbira or kalimba. This is a tuned electric Mbira, electric kalimba or Mbira. And then one of our favorite, the Sun drum, and we'll hear from this guy a little bit later. And that's also plugged in. So some of these are electric, some of them are acoustic. The Happy Drum's acoustic. I'm accompanying myself with an app via the iPhone. This app is called Drum Jam, and it's by a fellow percussionist, Pete Lockett. I'll be doing a separate video on the Drum Jam app. So you can kind of look over my shoulder and see what I'm doing here in this presentation, but I want to focus on these instruments, and you'll hear the app. I'm using it just for background accompaniment, rhythms, and it has some really nice features that I will get into in the Drum Jam lesson. All right, so let's just quick review. You know, the Happy Drum is it's a tuned drum that uses a pentatonic scale. And it has what I call the wind chime effect, right? Which means all of the notes can be played together and you won't have any dissonance or clashing of notes. One of the techniques that I'm going to use, or that I did use in the intro, was called mallet dampening, or in this case, hand dampening, where I play a note, and then when I play the next note, I stop the previous note. So that would be, but I do it at the same time. All right, this kind of comes from vibraphone technique. Also gamelan, if you're familiar with Balinese gamelan, you'll see people dampening the previous note that was played while they play the next note. It's a way to clean up the sound, make it a little bit tighter. But let's just choose another. One of the things I like about this Drum Jam app is you can hit this little dice. And I don't know how well you can see this in the overhead camera, but there's a little dice down here. And it means you're sort of rolling the dice, and then you just get a groove with different instruments. And you can use it like that and just kind of play along with it. Let's see what that sounds like. So that's just a little sample of the Happy Drum. Let's move on and use our other drum that we need the microphone for, and then I'll get to the electric instruments in a second. So this is the tongue drum, and I like to play with my hands. Let me make sure this is getting in the overhead shot. I like to play with my hands. It just, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. So this one has 2 basic chord. Kind of have an A minor sound on one side and a G major sound on the other side. So you can play this side to side. This is my design. So if you go to Hardwood Music, ask for the Kalani design tongue drum, they'll hook you up. Hardwood Music Company.com. All right, I'm going to hit this again, and for this one, I'm going to load a preset. I'm not going to roll the dice. I'm going to load a preset, and this will be called one of the top-end presets, and the top-end presets on this app all have to do with the higher pitched instruments. That way, you may have noticed on the last one or the one that I did in the intro that if you have some conga drums and tabla and things in the groove, and then you play a pitched instrument over it like these, sometimes the pitch of the conga or the pitch of the tabla, there's different drums that are quite resonant, and they have what it sounds like a note. It sounds similar to these. So in order to eliminate the possibility of having clashes, I can just use these top end grooves, and you'll hear in a second these are sort of all the like triangles and bells and shakers and claves and things that are more high pitched, and then I can use a drum that has more mid and low pitches with it, and they'll be complementary. So let's hear what this one sounds like. All right, so that's the tongue drum from Hardwood Music. Now, let's go over to the Mbira, and I'm going to use a little bit different tempo for this one. So this is an Mbira that was made by Lucinda Ellison, and I don't think she makes these anymore, and I got this a number of years ago, and it's a nice instrument, and this is what it sounds like. And incidentally, this will blend with both the Happy Drum and the Kalani Design Hardwood Music tongue drum because they're in the same key. Okay, so let's grab another loop. Let me change the tempo a little bit. I can do a tap tempo. And let's roll the dice and see what we get.
ding ding da,
Da da da.
ding ding da,
Do 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 do.
ding ding da,
Do 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 do.
ding ding da, ding ding da,
Diki da da.
ding ding da,
Hey, did it.
ding ding da, ding ding da.
Okay, and you heard Pete's conical vocal in there. I really like this app because if you hit the roll the dice, you get a mixture of instruments that wouldn't normally be played together. Like this one has conga drums and Rick, and then Pete's face singing conical and a cymbal and something else. I don't even know what that is. Something else in there. It's interesting and it makes practicing fun. And you can actually learn things, learn rhythms and things. All right, let's move on to the Sun Drum, one of our favorite instruments. Really cool. This one has two microphones. And I want to show you, there's the mic sound. That's actually got, let me say that again. It's got two ways it picks up the sound. One is a microphone right here. And that gives this sound. And then it's got a piezo or piezo pickup, which is a contact kind of element. It picks up through vibration. And that sounds like this. And my sense is that the mic picks up the lows really well and the contact picks up the higher sounds. And together they give a really well-rounded, full sound. Okay, so let's put a little groove on and we'll check out, we'll check the Sun Drum out with some accompaniment. Maybe I'll change the tempo again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. how to hit the fade button. It's a little challenging, you know. I'm just getting used to this kind of on the fly, interacting with the app and then playing these instruments. I'm having fun. I don't know if you notice. Man, it makes fun. It makes fun practice. It makes practice fun as well, my friends. Hey, so, you know, what do you think of all these different instruments? Which one do you like? Which ones do you like and why? And which ones do you want to get? And what would you do with them? If you have these, let us know. You know, they're all awesome. Like I said, I will be doing another video on the app itself, so don't worry about that. That is coming. Yeah, leave your comments below. Leave your questions and requests. As always, I want to thank patrons of World Drum Club. You can become a full patron and get more like notation and some jam track audio and extended lessons that are here in the channel at patreon.com/Kalani. But whether you do that or not, go out and make some great music. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in a future video.